Of us. There's a great saying at Chandos House, all of you is welcome. And I didn't understand what that meant. When I first arrived, I thought, well, the first thing we've got to do is get the grammar right. All of you are welcome. And while everyone is welcome, and all are welcome, what the point is that all of each individual is welcome. And that means my anger, my sadness, my joy, my desire, my hope, all of it, positive and negative. And only through being in the sort of Chandos mixer, as I call it, do you find out who you want to be and who you are and what makes you tick. And then, of course, you get the wonderful chance to find out, well, what do I want to hang on to and what do I want to, let go of? What makes me who I am in a community? And Chandos does not produce a clone. It does not do that. What Chandos does is produce what we call a brother. And the Chandos brothers are all individuals. We arrive broken, despairing, often at the end of a long road of failed battles against various addictions, be it drink, drugs, behaviours, sex addiction, gambling. Chandos can really take in anyone who is in that moment wanting help. If you want help, you want to find out why you keep doing something, then the best way to find out about it is to stop doing it. And the safest place that I've found to do that is Chandos House, because I was a problematic heroin and crack cocaine user. I'd spent 40 years trying to battle my demons. I wasn't even sure who they all were. I just knew that they ruled me. And by the time I got to Chandos, I was a very broken man. And I'm halfway through now. And in that time, I've learnt things that I do like about myself. I've learnt things I don't like about myself. Watching people not wash up their plates can drive me to distraction. Don't tell me why. I'm irrational. I am a human being who doesn't know how to be fully human. And what Chandos is teaching me is the opportunity to integrate all those strands of my personality, the weak bits, the strong bits, where I need support, where I need to be reined in. And all of that comes through the process of groups, through the process of one-to-one counselling. There's a lot of emphasis on communal living and of shared responsibility. One of the most sort of effective tools of Chandos House is that there isn't a locked door. You can leave at any time. But if you choose to be there and you choose to stay there, then you have to step up and be part of something that is greater than you. And I think my take on Chandos is that the sum of the parts in any regular mathematical algorithm would equal X. But when you put them all together in Chandos House, for some reason X becomes Y squared. And it is that is the magic that makes me want to stay and makes me want to continue the journey that I've started here with some incredible people who, on first glance, I might not have wanted to sit next to on a park bench. But now I'll sit with them on a sofa for an hour and a half. I will see them cry. They will see me cry. And we will let each other heal. And that's what this place is really about, is very damaged people learning how to become whole again. And that's why I think Chandos is a very magical place. Being at Chandos House directly impacts me, yes, as the sort of service user. But of course, the real benefit is for the people that paid for my addiction, which is those that loved me most. And that's the real truth. Not only does your family, your friends, your colleagues, not only do they suffer from my disease, so does society at large. I have a very well-developed sense of entitlement and was able to steal from anyone to support a drug habit. And to my shame, I have done things that I really regret. Now, I'm going to get an opportunity to put those things right, I hope. One of the great advantages of being, ready to learn something new is that it's all very well being ready to learn something new, but if you don't have someone who knows where they are or knows where you've been and knows how to get you from the next step, from one step to the next, then you're pretty well lost. And what Chandos allows me to do is to find ways to find a safe passage to a new reality, a new way of being. And that's one of the great sort of tricks in life, is getting a bunch of people who are, by their own admission, chaotic, dishonest, fearful, shame-based, and making them feel whole and integrated as human beings and as part of something greater than themselves is one very neat trick. We are all chaotic in our drug use. And here we learn through a few simple guidelines and structure, to take responsibility, not only for ourselves, but for the group. You know, there's no staff at night, there's no locked doors, we can leave whenever we want. But people choose to stay because, you know, it works. Well, my great belief in life is that treating drug addiction with drugs is insane. Treating alcoholics as moral defectives or criminals and putting them in jail and putting drug addicts in jail, all that does is promote secrecy, and it further hides the problem. The great advantage of somewhere like Chandos House, and I think there should be a Chandos in every town in Britain, is that in that moment when a person reaches out and asks for help, to have that help to hand, and something that is practical and fundamentally shifts a self-belief system which has been negatively orientated for years. And for me, I spent a 40-year losing battle with drug addiction. And when I finally came to the point where something has got to change, I didn't know what to change or how to change it, and I didn't know where it would lead me to. One of the great things about Chandos is that, having arrived there so broken, they know how to put me back together, much better than I do. I know how to run and I know how to hide. And here I've learned how to stay and fight my corner and stand up for who I really am, which I wasn't even aware of 4 months ago.